Hello students, myself Maitri Dave and today we are going to understand different types of steps and the classification of steps. So let us begin our today's lecture. So first let us understand what are the different types of steps available. So here the first one is the flyer, then the bullnose step, then the round-ended step, then the splayed step, then the commode step and dancing step and lastly the winder. So let us understand all one by one. So here when I talk about different types of step, the first one is a flyer. Here, a flyer is an ordinary step of uniform width and rectangular shape in plan as shown in figure 14.2a. So here you can clearly see the image. Second is a bullnose step, which is generally provided at the bottom of the flight, which projects in front of the newel post. It ends near the newel forms the quadrant of a circle, which is shown in figure 4.2a. Then the third is a round-ended step, which is similar to the bullnose step except that it has a semicircular end which projects out from the stringer. Next is the splayed step. It is also provided at the beginning of the flight with its end near the newel post splayed as shown in figure, which is 14.2c. Now you can clearly compare here in this figure the difference between these three, right? Next is a commode step, which is again shown in figure 14.2d, has curved trade and risers. So that is the difference between the others. Now let us move to the dancing or balancing step. So these are the winders which do not radiate from a common center, right? So that is the main point about these dancing steps. And lastly, the winders. So these are the tapering steps such as those which radiate from a point usually situated at the center of the newel as shown in figure 14.2f. So here you can see how the winders which are radiate from the center, right? So these are the different types of steps that one should know at the time of construction, right? Now let us move to the classification of stairs. So basically it is classified as two types, the straight and the turning one, right? So let us start with the first, the straight flight stairs. So what happens over here? So in this type, this stair runs straight between two floors. It is used for small houses where there are restrictions in available width, and the stair may consist of either one single flight or more than one flight with a landing, right? Here you can see a clear image of straight flight stairs where one image with straight flight and one with the landing is there, and a photo which gives us idea about the steps, then the landing, and again the steps, but it is in a straight line, so that is how it is known as the straight flight stairs. Now here you can see the cross sections, right, where as I said a clear steps or a steps with a landing in between is there, which is clearly shown in this cross section, right? Now let us move to the turning stairs. So basically again turning stairs can be known as a type which is newel stairs. Now what is the newel stairs? So a newel stair is the one which has a newel at the foot and head of each flight of the stair, and in which newels are conspicuous features, right? So that is how the newel stairs. Now let us move to the second type, which is the well or open newel stairs. Now what happened over here? In well or open newel stairs, the lateral space is left between the turning flights. So open newel stair present the appearance and they are more stronger, right? So that is how it is defined. Now the last one or last type of this turning stair is the geometrical stair. So these stairs have the strings and handrail continuous and are set out in accordance with geometrical principles. They may be circular, spiral, helical or even elliptical, right, as shown in this figure. Now with these we have understand these three terms regarding the turning stairs. Now if I want to classify it, we can classify it as The first, the quarter turn stairs. Now let us understand the first quarter turn stairs. Basically what happened, the quarter turn stair is the one which changes its direction either to or to the right. The turn being affected either by introducing a quarter space landing or by providing windows. So again, this can be bifurcated as two types, the newel quarter and the geometrical quarter. Here a image shows that how quarterly we have provided the turn, right? So let us understand first the newel quarter turn stairs. So these stairs have the conspicuous newel post at the beginning and at flight. At the quarter turn, there may be quarter space landing or maybe the windows. So two forms of these types are as shown in this figure, right? Where one is with quarter space landing and second is with the windows. That is how the difference. It means in the landing we are providing only simple landing, or in the other case we are providing the steps, right? Okay. Now the second type of this quarter turn stair is the geometrical quarter turn stairs. So in geometrical stairs, the stringer as well as the handrail is continuous with no newel post at the landing. So two forms are as shown in figure, where landing is there or simple curve is there, no landing is in between, right? So that is how it is defined. So that is the first type of turning stair. Now let us move to the second type, which is the half turn stairs. So let us understand it, that half turn stairs is the one which has its direction reversed or changed for 180 degree. Such stairs are quite common. These may be of three types, the dog-legged or newel half-turn stairs, or the second type open newel half-turn stairs, or the third type the geometrical half-turn stairs. So let us understand all one by one. So the first is the dog-leg or newel half-turn stairs. So this name is given because of its appearance in sectional elevation, right? It comes under the category of newel stairs, in which the newel posts are provided at the beginning and end of each flight. These may be of two forms, with half space landing and with quarter space landing and the windows. So generally the former type, it means the first one, which is without windows, is more common as shown in figure. There is no space between the outer stringers of these two flights. So that is the example you can see clearly in this image, right? Now the second type is the open newel half-turn stair. So it has a space or well between the outer stringers. This is the only aspect in which it differs from a dog-leg stairs. The additional width is required between two flights. The space between the two strings may vary from 15 cm to 100 cm. When the space left is more, a small flight containing 2 or 4 steps may be introduced at the turn between the two quarter space landing as shown in this figure, right? Otherwise, what happens for small width well, a half space landing may be provided as shown in figure. So here in the cross sectional figure, the first figure says with the half space landing, right? But in the second one, we are providing with quarter space landing and some intervening flights. So that is the difference. So here you can see from this image also the open newel half-turn stairs. Now the third type is the geometrical half-turn stairs. So let us understand it. The essential feature of such stairs are that the stringers and the handrails intervening newel post. So this may be either with half space or continuous without any intervening newel post. These may be either with the half space landing or without landing as shown in this cross section, where first is the with landing and second is the without landing. In this image we can clearly see without landing half turn, right? Now let us move to the next type of turning stair, which is all about 3/4 turn stairs. So let us understand it. So a 3/4 turn stair has its direction changed 3 times with its upper flight crossing the bottom one. It may either be newel type or open newel type. So such type of stair is used when the length of the stair room is limited and when the vertical distance between two floors is quite large as shown in this figure, where clearly you can see we will turn for 2 type. It means 3 times we are providing the turn, right? Now the next is the bifurcated stairs. So let us understand it. So this type of stair is commonly used in public building at their entrance hall. The stair has a window flight at the bottom, which bifurcates into two narrower flights, one turning to the left and the other to the right at the landing. It may be either of newel type with a newel post as shown in figure, or of geometrical type as shown in the right portion of the figure with continuous stringers and the handrail. Here you can see a clear image, right, where you will understand how one stair is bifurcated into two steps. Next is the continuous stairs. So these are those which do neither have any landing nor any intermediate newel post. They are therefore geometrical in shape. So continuous stairs may be of the following type: the circular one, the spiral one, and the helical one, right? So let us understand all one by one. If I talk about the circular stairs, these are shown in figure 14.5b and 14.8b, right? So here you will understand that how the circular steps will look like. Next is the spiral stair, which is again shown in figure, where a spiral shape is there. Such a stair is usually made either of RCC or metal and is employed location where there is a space limitation. So whenever we have some space limitation, especially in the commercial sectors, we find that we don't have space even for parking and we have to reach up to higher floors, then we go for this kind of spiral stairs. These are also used as emergency stairs and are provided at the back side of a building. All these steps are windows and the stair is therefore not comfortable. It is not comfortable like the other one, right? Next is the helical one. So again the figure of helical stair is there, which look like very fine, but its structural design and construction is very much complicated, right? So it is made up of RCC in which large portion of steel is required to resist bending, shear and the torsion. So this is how the different types of continuous stair are there. I hope you understand all the topics of today's lecture. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you for watching this video.